Hello, hope you have enjoyed the videos until now. In this video, I'll talk about what are some of the things that the investors look for. Any investor before investing in your startup works on a certain investment thesis and certainly looks at some of the levers, business and operating levers, which fall under their investment thesis. The first aspect that I probably would like to talk about from an early stage founder perspective is around need validation. A lot many times we feel that there is a significant need of the product or service that we plan to launch. And essentially, it is coming from some of the experiences we have had in the market, or it could come from a gut feel. It is absolutely critical that you convert that gut feel into a defendable need validation by talking to some of the potential target customers that you feel will be using your product or service. So you can do a survey or you can do certain qualitative interviews with a sizable statistically significant sample to ensure that you are giving the investor confidence that it is not only a gut, but the market also feels that there is an essential or critical need for the product or service that you plan to launch. The second bit is MVP validation. So once you have launched the product, it is absolutely critical that you test your product with certain selected customers, collect feedback, and kind of give the conviction to an investor that you know what, it was not only the need, but when my MVP is also working well and I'm getting some decent feedback from some of the initial customers who are using my product. The third bit is clear vision and mission. It is absolutely critical that you have defined a clear vision and mission for 3 to 5 years for your venture so that the investor gets a conviction that you have thought through how you're going to kind of launch or scale your startup depending on the stage you're at. The fourth bit is founding team and their conviction. Absolutely critical. The first word is team here. Investors get a lot of conviction in any startup if it is more than one person who is the founder. And of course, the conviction which gets displayed by the founding team while presenting their venture to the investor. So that is something that investors critically look at. The fifth bit is significant addressable market. Absolutely, it has to be a sizable market. A lot many times, a lot of early stage founders do not believe in doing a deep dive in the addressable market opportunity. I always insist that it is absolutely critical for you to give confidence to your investor that the market opportunity is sizable enough so that your venture will continue to grow for years to come. The second bit is strongly placed versus competition. Again, right from the ideation stage, it is absolutely critical for you to think about competition and also think about how you will continue winning over competition in the short to long run. A lot many times early stage founders come and tell me that, you know what, our product is very unique and we do not have any direct competition. And then I always tell them that in that case, please look at indirect competition, right? Unit economics, again, right from the ideation stage, it is something that any founder should keep in mind. Basically, at a unit level, what is the revenue, what is the cost, and at what loss or profit you will be operating, on a month-on-month basis for the next 24 to 36 months. Basically, it is very critical for the investors to understand the kind of unit economics and how soon you will be able to turn profitable. Well-defined roadmap, again, a very critical lever because investors always appreciate what kind of clarity you have to continue building your venture. Ability to create brand equity, again, specifically very critical because it is not about you. It is about the product, the service, and the brand you create around it because it is the brands who scale. It is not the individual or product or service that scales in itself. Detailed financial model absolutely critical for you to kind of build right during the ideation stage. A lot many times I get this feedback from a lot of early stage founders that you know what, we will do a detailed financial modeling exercise post our seed stage funding. Right now, high level numbers should work, and I always insist that no. Right from the ideation dashboard in the pre-seed stage, you should have a well thought through financial model in place. Easy to understand pitch. So if you cannot understand your pitch yourself, investors can't understand. So keep it simple, keep it short, and keep it comprehensive at the same time. Well-organized data room, absolutely critical because if the investors get more interested to explore your startup, your data around financials, around the pitch deck, around the POCs you have done, around customer feedback, etc. Whatever exists for you at that particular stage needs to be very well organized somewhere so that as soon as an investor gets interested, you can just give this guy the access to the data room. Adherence to compliance is absolutely critical. A lot many times, early stage founders give very less weightage just to save a little bit of money on compliances. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to get compliant, first of all. Second bit, I think from a financial and legal perspective, it is absolutely critical that you're working with the right partners to make sure that you are compliant across the stages of your startup journey. Clear path to profitability, I already touched upon it. I mean, gone are the times where people only used to look at revenue as a scalable criteria, right? Now people are looking at profitability as a scalable criteria, that how clear path to profitability while growing you have. I touched upon it when I was talking about unit economics. So right from the ideation stage, you need to give the investor a clarity that we will be profitable in 2 years, or we'll be profitable in 3 years, or whatever that time frame is, right? Doing strong POCs or initial client acquisition, absolutely critical, right? Even, if you are working on your MVP and during the pre-launch stage, I suggest to a lot of founders that please, request a few potential target customers to use your product for free and give you feedback. And if the feedback is positive, please build it in your pitch deck. It is absolutely critical to give conviction to the investor that your product will sell, and the initial client testimonials always help. Favorable CAC to LTV. You might have heard this jargon a lot. CAC stands for customer acquisition cost, and LTV stands for lifetime value. So it is absolutely critical for investor to understand that the value that you make from one customer during his or her lifetime with you is certainly more than the cost you have incurred to acquire this particular customer. Growing recurring revenue, again, if a customer pays you again and again, and it gives the investor a lot of confidence in terms of the hooks that you have created in your product or service to make sure that this customer who comes to you once stays with you forever. And last but not the least, positive initial customer feedback. I spoke about this point in strong POCs. That's during the pre-launch stage as well. Any kind of initial customer feedback always helps and builds in conviction in your story for the investor to look at you in an interesting way. So hope that you get a fair idea from this video on what are some of the areas that investors look for. So prepare accordingly. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you for staying with us. It's time for our ongoing special offer. Are you ready? Here it is. Want first access to FundRaiseo platform? Plus exclusive freebies to supercharge your raise. Fill a quick registration form. If vetted, you get priority early access and a bundle of freebies. Data room templates, a pitch deck checklist, and 1 month of premium dashboard features. Spots are limited. Vetted founders move to the front of the line. Find the early bird access registration link in the description. FundRaiseo. Fundraise smarter.